Good early afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we get going, folks, a few of the usual disclaimers. And if my voice isn't normal, folks, remember the extractions. I'm trying to be gentle and icing between each filming of each vid. Okay, so as always, folks, you are going to see the link to this report right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, and the templates, folks. You know the drill. Sign your name, click on your senator, and the ever-present and self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Now, folks, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, all right? All right, it is 11:26. I am on hydrocodone. So if I stumble over any of my words, my apologies in advance, all right? Okay, we're going to where we left off, aren't we, Mr. Mew? He's right here. He's a good boy. Yes. Alright, so 6.2 School to Work. Where the private special education program counts independent study or a school to work program as structured learning time, it has guidelines that explain clearly how hours spent by the students are verified. Of course, they get their paperwork in. How wonderful. Moving on. 6.3 Kindergarten, where the private special education program sets a separate school year and school day schedule for kindergarten programs. It provides at least 425 hours of structured learning time a year. If 2 sessions of kindergarten per day are scheduled, it ensures equal amount of instructed time for all kindergarten students. Rating not applicable. Response required. Interesting. The private school days per year. The private school education program is conducted for the following days, exclusive of weekends, holidays, vacations. 10-month program, 180 days. 11-month program, 198 days. 12-month program, 216 days. Before the beginning of each school year, the private special education program sets a school year schedule for each program. The schedule must include at least 5 additional school days to account for unforeseen circumstances, such as snowstorms. Rating implemented. Response required? No. Fuck. Who cares? Can we address what the New York report brought up, please? Can we do that? Please? When a private 6.5 Early release of high school seniors. When a private special education program schedules the early release at the school of the year of the senior class of high school, it does so in accordance with a written policy that conforms to the Board of Education requirements under 603 CMR 27.05, ensuring that neither the conclusion of the senior school year nor graduation is more than 12 school days before the regular scheduled closing date of that school. Rating not applicable. But why? But why? Criterion number 7.1, Curriculum Frameworks. The program's personnel shall reflect a full understanding of the connection between the Massachusetts curriculum frameworks and the expectations of the state student performance, as well as the rights of the students with disabilities to be full participants in general curriculum. The program has taken steps to provide all students with essential learning opportunities that prepare the students to reach for the state graduation standards. Partially implemented. Oh, really? Go on. Department of Education findings. Observations, documentation review, and interviews revealed that the school does not consistently provide essential learning opportunities to prepare Massachusetts students to reach the state graduation standards. While many students work on computer programs, most of the school day under the supervision of the professional staff, The school has not provided sufficient written documentation describing how the computer software programs fit into the school's curriculum. While the computer technicians use educational data and teacher feedback to continually adjust the individual students' programs, it is not clear if these programs prepare students to reach the state graduation standards. Initial observations in January 2006 revealed that some lower level students were just tapping the touchscreen computer until a correct answer was obtained. It appeared that the students did not understand why they obtained a correct answer, and it was unclear how this activity enabled students access to the general curriculum. Feedback was provided to the school at the time. Follow-up investigation and site visits in August 2006 indicated that the Judge Rotenberg Center has begun to provide students with increasing opportunities to learn by using more varied teaching methodologies, such as group lessons and community outings. Oh, but is that for those who behave and earn it? Why, yes, Tiff, yes, it is. Interviews indicated that the staff meetings have begun to occur during which the time the curriculum issues are discussed, and teachers have an overall receptivity from administrators to vary how the curriculum is presented to students. But are those teachers qualified? No. How about what is being done to address the fact that the teachers at the Judge Rotenberg Center do not have college degrees to be teachers? Where is that addressed? Additionally, teachers reported the positive educational impact that the community outings and group lessons have had on student learning. Oh, but what students are allowed to go on those? Just saying. While JRC did submit a sampling of lessons for Massachusetts students that correlated to lesson-specific standards within the Massachusetts curriculum frameworks, there is no explanation or narrative that describes how the computer programs enable students to access general curriculum in varied ways. Additionally, the school did not provide any comment or statement that it will continue to provide students with varied teaching methodologies. In other words, it still sucks, people. They're still not meeting the criterion, and they're not addressing the fact that these so-called teachers do not have teaching degrees and are not qualified to teach these students. Many of these so-called teachers don't have so much as a teacher's assistant certification. Okay? So I'm just going to put it out there and say what these fuckers won't. So my conclusion is they don't give a damn if these students actually learn anything. All they care about is looking good on paper. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. And the few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time. And as always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one.